Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Plenty of Goodness. Happy 2021. I just did the polar plunge and jumped in the ocean a little bit ago, and that felt amazing. Highly recommend it if you guys want to give it a try to start the new year. Okay, so I'm only going to make 2 casseroles this week, only because two casseroles in the jar last week. It was a lot of food. I do have some little left over. 2 casseroles is going to be plenty, just depending on how you break it up portion wise. But so with that being said, this first ingredient or first meal is going to be a cheesy cauliflower potato casserole. So I went ahead and got the fingerling organic potatoes, the red and white, and we're going to rinse and chop these up just so we can create more of them. And then I got your frozen cauliflower, and then I have your frozen spinach, and we're gonna do some vegetable broth and nutritional yeast because I love nutritional yeast. It's a great way to add protein and extra flavor. And we're gonna do some organic shallots, and then we're gonna do some mozzarella shreds. So the first thing we're going to do, and we're gonna bake this in a casserole dish, and we're going to cut the potatoes and then the shallots and then preheat the oven to 375. So I just cut the potatoes. You don't really have to cut them, but it just personal preference. This makes more potatoes because we're gonna layer the casserole a little bit. So I cut them into thirds, and then I went ahead and cut the shallots. Let that sit out for about 10 minutes if you can. And then we're going to layer it with the broccoli and the spinach. Okay, so I layered the potatoes, then I did the cauliflower, onions, and then the spinach. And then I added my spices, my paprika, pink salt, parsley, and cumin. And then I had the adobo seasoning. I added a lot of that because it's not really salty, but it's more flavorful. After the adobo, and then you want to add the shredded cheese, and then you want to layer it again with the potatoes, cauliflower, spinach, onions, and shredded cheese, and then you want to add the spices, and then cheese last, and then nutritional yeast on top. And then I added 2 cups of vegetable broth. So we're going to bake this just like this, uncovered, for 20 minutes at 375. So we're going to check to see if the potatoes are done. We'll pierce them with a fork. If they go all the way through, that means they're done. So let's wait till it comes out. Okay, so I did check it after 20 minutes, pierced it with a fork with the potatoes, and definitely wasn't done yet. So what I did was I ended up covering it with foil, increasing the temperature to 400 degrees, and then adding 20 more minutes. Good thing the potatoes are small because they take the longest, but look how delicious that looks. So I'm gonna let everything cool down, and the potatoes are definitely done. But once the dish evolves and settles down, it's going to be really delicious and savory. I'm not sure if I would add anything to this dish. I would just keep it as is, and I'm gonna actually store it in this Pyrex because I have a lid to it. So let me know what you guys think of the cheesy potato cauliflower casserole. Yum! Okay, so the last casserole dish, you guys, is going to be a cashew tofu lasagna. I did go out of my comfort zone a little bit, only because it's really hard to find gluten-free lasagna pasta. At least it's organic, and it does have wheat in there, but I have been building my tolerance to wheat, so I should be okay to indulge and eat a little bit every day. So if you can, do that, but if not, you can also do elbow noodles, or the penne, or just whatever other noodles that you can find gluten-free if you don't want to do the wheat. So we're going to use 2 jars of the marinara sauce. One is no salt, and the other one is free of garlic and onion, but that's the only one they had, so I mixed half and half. We're going to do 1 can of black lentils, and then we're going to do some organic minced garlic, some baby spinach and for the layering, and we're going to do the tofu for the filling, nutritional yeast, some pink salt, some lemon juice, all-purpose seasoning, and some organic cashews, raw, for the filling. And I got the Miyoko's creamy organic cashew milk mozzarella. Miyoko's brand, if you haven't had them, you guys, oh my gosh, so good. You can make your own mozzarella cheese, but I decided to cheat and give this one a try because I've tried their cream cheese lox. They're one that's salmon, but it's plant-based. It's really, really bomb. It's a little expensive, but worth it. So the first thing you want to do is get 1 cup of the raw cashews. If you have a food processor, great. I don't, so I'm using my Blendtec. And you're just going to pulse until it becomes like a crumble like that. So you're going to do that first, and then we're going to add the tofu. But first you're going to wrap the tofu in paper towels so it drains most of the water. And then we're just going to crumble it in. And then we're going to add half a cup of nutritional yeast, 3 tablespoons of the lemon juice, 1 teaspoon of the salt, 1 teaspoon of the oregano, and then we're going to use half a teaspoon of the garlic. And then we're going to pulse it till it's pretty smooth, and then that should be our filling. So this is what it's supposed to look like after you blend everything together. It's supposed to be really smooth. So after this, then we're going to start, the first thing we're going to do is layer the casserole dish with 1 cup of lentils. 1 cup of lentils with 1 cup of marinara sauce on the bottom of the dish first, and then we're going to start layering the lasagna. So 1 cup of marinara sauce and half of the lentils, and you're going to coat the bottom of the pan first, and then we're going to start layering the casserole. So after you got the base layer down, then you're going to layer it with the noodles, 4 or 5 noodles, and then you're going to put the ricotta filling spread evenly, and then we're going to top it with spinach, and then we're going to pour 1 cup of marinara sauce. Then we're going to put the noodles on, and then we're going to repeat after the noodles. Then we're going to do the ricotta cheese, spinach, and I'm going to throw the lentils in there, and then the noodles and the sauce. Okay, so the last 2 layers should be noodles, and then I ran out of spinach, so I just added the sauce on top. And then we're going to cover it tightly with aluminum foil, bake it at 350, not 400, sorry, that was a mistake, 350 for an hour. And then 40 minutes through the baking, we're going to take it out, and then we're going to cut some of the mozzarella cheese, put it on top, cover it back up, and then cook or bake for the remainder 20 minutes. Okay, I'm excited to see how this looks, guys. Look at the layerness, goodness in there. Okay, let's pop this baby in the oven. Wow, you guys, look at this. So after 40 minutes, I sliced the mozzarella, placed it on top, covered it, put it back in the oven for 20 minutes. And wow, and just make sure, super, super hot, but make sure you cool it down for 15 minutes before cutting it or digging into it. But look how awesome that is. It's actually, the mozzarella is fermented cashew milk, so it's really good for you. I just used the whole thing. More cheesier the better, why not? Because it's going to settle in with all the flavors. Oh wow, that looks bomb, you guys. So let me know what you guys think of the cashew tofu lasagna. Yum! Alright, so there you guys have your full week meal prep. You can take however much portion you like. It should be plenty of food for the week. But look how delicious that looks. Your cashew tofu lasagna. And then we have your cheesy cauliflower potato casserole. Each of them are different and savory taste, but they are very nutrient dense. And cauliflower, everybody underestimates cauliflower. It's actually a superfood, and it has vitamin K, vitamin C, folate, B7, a lot of good things that are essential vitamins and nutrients and minerals to add to your diet. Okay guys, good, congratulations, pat yourselves on the back, and you're finished with another week of meal preps. Let me know which one was your favorite. The lasagna was a little bit time consuming to prep it, but it's going to be worth it in the end. Oh my goodness. Okay guys, until next time, I'll see you next week. Bye.